Hello and welcome back to the Metamystic Show. Great to have everybody today. Wanted to start it off on a lighter note because the world is crazy. Yeah, with the tower at the bottom of the deck. You guessed it. All right, let's get a couple cards, you guys, and see what... Let's just do like a general, like what the guides need us to know today. I feel like it's been a circus lately on the readings. So let's just take a deep breath together. Let's gather the energy of everybody here. What does everyone need to know? Please make it clear to me as the reader on how to express that as well. Great to have all you guys as well. Card number 1, 2, and 3. King of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the 5 of Wands, 4 of Cups, 3 of Wands, looking for a better day, hoping for a better day, new community, new group of people that aren't so competitive and make you sad and make you feel left out. And this is you with the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck, irrespective of your gender, you know. It's like you could have been pulling back your energy recently when normally you're a King of Wands. That's what I'm getting. Like you could be somebody that... Just energetically, I'm saying, like you have a very dynamic energy about you, and this is spiritual people. The reason why there's all this dynamic energy behind you is because you're working with the spirit realm. There's a lot going on in there. So you could be walking into a regular, Starbucks. You walk through... You're just wearing your sweats and you're just walking in to get your coffee, but it's like everybody turns to look, or it's just the energy shifts into place because of who you work with, who you work for, who you are wielding, what you're wielding. King of Wands is, King and Queen of Wands, they're like witches and warlocks, you know what I mean? But, of course, just on more of the 3D plane, charismatic, fun, funny, great ideas, creative, good in leadership positions, all that stuff, right? This reading, what I'm getting is it's not as much about looking for like a new community or a new person. It's bigger than that. Because he's looking over the horizon and he's looking for hope. Like he's looking for, where do I belong? It's a bigger, more existential question. It's like you could feel like you are this energy, but then you could get into groups, for example. 3 of Cups can be communities, groups of friends, just whatever. More than one person is there. Let's just put it that way. And then maybe people get in competition with you and stuff. And you're like, wait, what? I'm just here to like have fun with you guys. What do you mean you're in competition with me? Maybe you've had issues with like friends or lovers, or maybe somebody's tried to like take your lover from you, or you've been in weird competitions with people and stuff that you just were like, wait, really, guys? Like, I'm just, like, coming to hang out. Like, I don't think I'm better than you or anything, but it's not about what you think and what you are and all that. People pick up, like I said, who you work with, who you work for. It intimidates their spirit. It agitates their demons in some cases. And I feel like what can happen here is it can make us feel a little bit lonely, a little bit ostracized, a little bit, left out. 4 of Cups. And see, I don't have the 5 of Pentacles, which is left out in the cold and like orphaned and abandoned. We have the 4 of Cups. It's kind of like Bud Light. This is like Bud Light of 5. This is like 5 of Pentacles light in this aspect that I'm talking about right here, where it's like you could kind of just feel a little bit like bored, lonely, separate. You kind of don't really know where you fit in. You might kind of fall between the cracks of societal norms. Like you're kind of a little different, a little eccentric, a little weird, a little strange, a little wonderful, is how I would say it. But not everybody's like us, right? But like attracts like. And, if you know, you know, right? So let's open these cards, see what we got. But I think this is talking about you and kind of like, it could even be subconscious, kind of like just hoping for something. And maybe you don't even know what. And I think that that's what this Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles kind of is with the Ace of Cups. This is like the beating human heart. Boom, 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 boom. And you're kind of looking over your life with the Seven of Pentacles, like what you have so far, how far you've come. Kind of looking at, oh, here's the Five of Pentacles. All right. Well, some of you, it's more extreme than the Four of Cups, feeling disappointed or disconnected. For some of you, it's you have literally been ostracized, abandoned, forgotten, purposely. I'm seeing somebody getting graffitied. Like, I'm seeing people run up and, like, graffiti all over your clothes, but this is what I'm seeing. Because this is King of Wands, baby. This is all King of Wands. Imagine, like, this whole, what is this called? Quarter zip? I don't freaking know what it's called. This whole thing is covered in graffiti, right? But you know what King of Wands will do? King of Wands will walk down the street, like, and he'll make it look cool. And people will come up and be like, oh, where'd you get that, like, designer outfit? And he's kind of just, like, smiling to himself, thinking, well, I just almost got curb stomped back there. People graffitied all over my name, all over my property, all over my life. But I'm going to choose, it's all how you look at it, I'm going to choose purposely to turn a blind eye to that. I'm going to transmute this energy, and that's part of the Five of Wands. It's this dynamic energy that we work with. It comes to us in a negative way, but energy's energy. It's neutral. Same with money, right? Five of Pentacles. Money and energy, they're neutral, even if they came negatively, right? Well, money. We'll talk about money another day. Let me just keep it energy. Energy's energy. Even if somebody throws and slings negative at you, you can take this, transmute it, and turn it into, like, designer. You could start your own freaking business and be like, hey, hell, I'm going to make some hoodies with this design that they graffitied on me and on my name. And I'm going to sell this shit. And I'm going to make money off of it. Especially if these people robbed you of finances, you can transmute all of the energy that they threw at you negatively and turn it into something and use it to your advantage. That's the mind of the King of Wands. He's like ingenuitous. Is that the right word? He knows how he's creative. You know, it's like necessity's the mother of invention. So if the dude gets graffitied, metaphorically speaking, he can turn it into his own clothing line. He can turn it into streetwear. He might start an Instagram today and start uploading pictures onto the IG. And by tomorrow, there's going to be 1,000 people on there like, oh, nice, dude. Those are sick, right? That's the King of Wands. That's you. That's me. That's what we're working with. And that's also why people try to attack you. Because they're jealous. But this is the irony. They could do that too, but they're choosing actually to be a victim. And they're projecting that onto you, that let's outcast this guy, this girl, this however you identify. Let's outcast them. Let's put them out in the cold, make them feel like they don't belong. Let's ostracize them because they're the weird one. When actually they're the ones that feel that way. They're just projecting that onto you. Hey, free energy for us, right? But it's all how you look at it, and you've got to build a strong mind, and you got to stay confident even though it hurts, right? And for some of us, we have to learn how to pull back our energy with the Four of Pentacles. It's a card of, like, pulling back. All right. Let's get into these cards. This is all happening on the inside with the Ace of Cups here. Card number 1 is the Nine of Pentacles. Cheers. For some of you, you can term this energy financial. because this is why I'm saying this. This could be literal for some people here, because I got a lot of creative people here. I got a lot of people that have their own stuff on here. And people ask me to look at certain things, and I can't get to everybody, unfortunately, because I just have like so much going on. But I see your comments, and I thank you for being here, everybody, as well as emails and things like that. And I see you guys. But I'm just a one-woman show, you know what I'm saying? But what I was gonna say is, I feel like this is you right now, currently. People might have tried to make you feel Five of Pentacles. See, this is the advice. Let him think that. Let him think they got away with something. Disappear for a while. Four of Pentacles. Pull back your energy. Get away from these people, or a situation, whatever this is, whatever is trying to make you feel like ostracized, abandoned, bad about yourself, putting you down because they see your light, right? Whatever that could be, because we all deal with that in different forms. It could be family, friends, communities, jobs, whatever. This is the advice. You actually have 7 Pentacles here. Like, imagine this is money. Imagine you have $70,000 in your bank account savings. Just say that for just clarity. You have $70,000, right? People tried to make you feel like you only had 50. That's still a lot of money, right? But what the divine is showing with strategy, I know I had the 7 of Swords somewhere. Oh, I shuffled him in. Oh, here he is. Yeah. See, 7 of Swords, when it comes up for the querent, this is a good energy for us. Because this guy is actually the one who's in charge. He's the one who's stealing the swords from the bad people, right? So for you, you can use this as strategy. Whatever's happened to you, whatever negative thing has happened to you, and it doesn't have to be financial, guys, but I think for some people it might be, so I'm going to say it. Be strategic. See, 2 7s. This is what you got. Be strategic with this knowing. Like, don't always show your hand to everybody. Don't be like, oh, I'll show you. You think I'm worth nothing. You think I have nothing. Well, I don't have 50,000. I actually have 70,000. Don't do that. There's no point. Don't even bother with these people, right? Pull back your energy. This is the advice with the 4 of Pentacles. They might think like, haha, we knocked him down to 50, and then, haha, we knocked him down to 40 as well. I'm also seeing this as like 40%, like 40% battery. People might think they drained you of your energy, drained you of your resources. These people could be energy vampires. And these don't even have to be bad people, right, guys? 3 of Cups. This could just be, some lady at the office that you're kind of like work friends with, and you're friendly with her. This is just an example. And, but she wants to talk, she wants to go for drinks after work, and she wants to talk about her divorce that she's going through. And she says things to you like, you're the only person I feel like I can talk to. You're like better than my therapist. I'm not saying those aren't like beautiful things and very like kind to say, but you have your own life. You have your own stuff you're dealing with. She's not asking about your life. She's not offering, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes people don't understand how much they're actually draining us, right? So what we've got to do is we've got to pull back. Well, they're going to be mad at me. Well, we need to make sure we keep our phone battery, so to speak, higher than 40%. We don't want to let people drain us down to 20%, and then our eyes are blind to it, and then we're stuck on the side of the road with no gas, and we can't call AAA because our phone is dead. We've got to be more, what did I say? Ingenuitous? Is that the word? It doesn't sound right. Ingenuity is what I'm getting off of the King of Wands. 7 of Swords, to be tactical, be strategic. Not in a sneaky way, in a self-preservation way, right? Because it's different for everybody here what exactly is going on here. But again, our first card is the 9 of Pentacles, which is a card of standing on your own 2 feet, being able to say, no, I need to go home tonight, Susan, I'm exhausted. Or, I can't go get drinks after work. Why don't you go with Mark, right? It's like, it's one of those things. Why don't you have an extra day a week with your therapist? Oh, well, I can't afford that. Well, sorry, I gotta go, honey. I'll say a prayer for you. Sort of a thing. You don't have to be a dick. I'm just saying, like, you matter too. And as people who care, empaths, it's like, especially with this energy, you have this big heart and you're this King of Wands, right? You're able to turn lemons into lemonade. All the things we talked about. You're creative, you're talented, it's even just being able to think quickly on your feet with the King of Wands. Like, you can change your tire. Your phone does die. You have no way to get a hold of anybody. You're 30 minutes out of town. You're out in the fields. And you're like, damn, one time I watched a TikTok on how to change a tire. Screw it. I'm going to try it. You pop the trunk, you take out the spare tire, and you figure it out. That's the King of Wands. You kind of just figure stuff out, which is also a Nine of Pentacles energy. And that's what we're moving into. Because really, even though these are two totally different, like, energy signatures, King of Wands, fire, Nine of Pentacles, real world, like, 3D, boots on the ground stuff. This is the thing. She's actually kind of like higher than him in a way because she's moving into the Empress, right? So he needs 3 more kings. He needs King of Pentacles, King of Cups, and King of Swords in order to become the Emperor. She just needs 1 more pentacle to become the Empress. She's already kind of 3 queens in a sense here. Because she's able to take care of every aspect of her life, even though she's showing up as the 9 of Pentacles. It's this spiritual aspect here. See how she has this little friend? Oh, a little birdie told me. She's like a high priestess. She has this intel. She has these grapes back here, which are showing us that you have the ability to, you have some sort of talent. Like we talked about with the King of Wands, all of those aspects. She's able to keep a vineyard, right? She's good with her energy. She has these pentacles here. She has these pentacles here. She's able to help people, but then also she holds back just enough. Remember, this could be part of the lesson that we're learning with the 4 of Pentacles. We're learning how to keep back 4 of our pentacles and not give them all away to Susan, love and light. Not give them all away to these idiots that we're trying to, oh, I'll show you. You think I'm worth being left out in the cold? Well, I'm gonna go cheat on you with your friend, or I'm gonna show you that this or that, whatever, revenge or just plain ego. Just forget all that. It's pointless. Do something for real. You know what I'm saying? Because say you do all that, it just never works out the way you think. And all the Scorpios in the house are like, what do you mean, girl? Anyways, okay. 9 of Pentacles. This is pre-Empress energy. Like, she's becoming an Empress. So what this is showing me is we are learning lessons about equal energy exchange, knowing when to hold back, first and foremost, and when to give out. Talking about, the phone battery getting too low and all that. We're also talking about, like, learning how to turn lemons into lemonade. When something negative happens and we get graffitied, we turn it around, we use it to our advantage. We start to realize, like, wait, the more crazy shit that happens to me, the better, actually, because I can harness that energy. These people are none the wiser. They're just kind of, like, filled with the, I'm just going to say it like this. They're just kind of like filled with the devil. You know what I'm saying here? It's and it's, of course, it's not that simple. I'm just saying they're just kind of like filled with this weird energy that they just want to like put you down, or they want to take you out, or they want to ostracize you, or they want to make fun of you with a group and make you feel as low as they feel. It's like they don't even know why they're doing all that. But you being a spiritual being, you understand behind the veil. You understand all that's going on, that it's more than just them, and it's these entities that are trying to spiritually attack you, spiritual warfare, trying to take you off your path, trying to make sure that you're not who you could become. Stable, able to pay all your bills, your energy is always looking amazing, you're in shape, you're able to like have maybe even a business on the side if you want to. All that sort of stuff is Nine of Pentacles, right? They're trying to show us that actually the more negative crap that happens, the better, because we can harness that energy and use it to our advantage. We're magicians, in other words, right? But like I said about the King of Wands, he's kind of like a warlock, right? He's like a witch. So it's interesting that it's coming through in the masculine, because I feel like what this is showing is it's using spiritual energy in the masculine, taking all of this, because this was right behind him when we first got the cards out, taking all of this and then manifesting it out into the world to make our lives better. So we don't have to be afraid anymore. We don't have to be afraid, well, what if something happens again? Or what if the other shoe is going to drop? Or what if I lose all my money or all my friends? Okay. So what? What if all that happens? What if? There's a billionaire, and I can't think of his name right now, but he's somebody that every single morning when he gets in the shower, he thinks of the worst case scenario. And he says, once I think of the worst case scenario of the worst possible thing that could ever happen to me, Tim Ferriss does this as well, but there's this other man that does this, and I can't think of his name. Wheel of Fortune, as I'm saying this. This is very like business world knowledge that I have cooking in the back of the brain. But basically this guy, he goes through this whole rigmarole in the shower where and this works for some people, where it's like some people, they can trick their brain, Seven of Swords, mental strategy. They can trick their brain to not be afraid in life by feeding themselves all the negative things that you know are never going to really happen, or they might, and then you'll get out of it, right? For other people, it's more like positive affirmations, saying things that make us feel empowered. Personally, I kind of believe in a little bit of both, right? Thinking of the worst case scenario, being a realist, and knowing that we can always come out the other side and actually use it to our advantage in some way. We have wisdom because of it. Some of us can turn it into literal finances, good ideas, all this stuff, right? If it's relationship based, where it's like, okay, maybe this last idiot cheated on me with a third party and made me feel terrible about myself, but now this time I know what the signs are. I know what the red flags are. I know that I attract this certain sort of kind of a player person, that, you know, I'm working on stuff in myself so that I'm not attracted to that anymore. You know, it's like turning it back onto ourselves, taking our power back, and instead of being like, wow, it's so terrible, all these bad things happen to me, why am I not good enough? It's nothing to do with you. He's gonna do it, she's gonna do it, they're gonna do it to the next person just as much. It's not even personal to you, so don't take that onto yourself as part of your identity. This bozo's gonna do it to the next person. This is just them. This is who they are. So don't take that onto you. So really it's, why am I attracted to that? Why was I attracted to that energy? Because it's all about energy, remember? Right? Just like people feel your energy and want to take you down a peg, you might be attracted to a certain dynamic energy that comes off of other people. Maybe you're kind of low-key attracted to this player energy. And this could be a woman, right? You could be a straight man watching this and you're attracted to women. This is a woman and you're like, why am I attracted to these girls that cheat on me? It's like, well, maybe it's because there's something in the back of your system that feels like that's all that you... There's lots of reasons. You could even be like an avoidant, where it's like you actually are kind of scared of like a real relationship where it's like eye to eye. You'd kind of rather somebody be kind of like half off in the in a third party because there's too much intimacy there for you, and that could be subconscious. I'm not saying you're sitting around thinking, hey, I'd kind of rather have a third party. Nobody's thinking that because it's an ego thing, right? Because even if you do have an avoidant attachment style and you'd rather somebody kind of only be half in, half out of the relationship, you're still not going to want that to happen because then all your friends are going to be like, oh, I'm so sorry they cheated on you and stuff. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants sympathy. Nobody wants that. So I'm just saying, it's like, it's about us. It all comes back to us, and that's Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is taking accountability, turning our 7 Pentacles into 9 is really what this is about. Because this is what we have currently. We got 7 Pentacles. He's looking over everything that he has, right? So we're thinking, how do we go from the 7 to the 9? Well, part of it has to do with inner work, like we were just talking about, being self-introspective, like hermit energy. But it's also about all the other stuff we talked about. Balancing energy, turning lemons into lemonade. All right, we got it. We got it. Let me take a sip of... I almost said a sip of Coke. Why did I say that? This is just water. Okay? This is not funny juice. This is just regular old water from my fridge. All right? Got my 7-year chip. Okay? Just kidding, it's a Bitcoin, but I think it has been like 7 years. Shout out to all my AA folk. All right, card number 2, Knight of Cups. Who's this fella here? I could be a hero, baby. What is that song? I haven't heard that in years. I could be your hero, baby. You know what I'm getting? This is, the Knight of Cups is a card of like a knight in shining armor, right? And even if you're like I said, even if you're like a straight man, right? Or just whatever, however you, what your sexuality is, your gender, doesn't matter. It's like we all kind of hope somebody's coming to save us. Whether it's a person, whether it's like God, like help me God, whether it's, whatever. We kind of all wish that there was something coming in to save us, right? Knight of Cups is knight in shining armor. So what I'm getting here is, it's funny. It's an interesting image. It's like this. This is us, right? And who's leading the charge but the Knight of Cups? This is showing you can be your own hero. It's almost like you're saying to yourself, I can be your hero, baby. What is it? I can kiss away the pain or something. Somebody let me down below. What is that song? I don't even know what that is. I can be your hero, baby. Sometimes I channel these songs and I'm like, what in the 2004? Like, where is this coming from? I don't even know. Yeah, this is showing you can be your own hero. You don't need a savior. You don't need anybody. And that's very Nine of Pentacles, by the way. Nine of Pentacles, sometimes people say that she's single. She doesn't have to be single though. This is my belief about the Nine of Pentacles, is that she just needs to have an equally strong person to be in a relationship with, so that they don't try to take her down a peg, so that they don't try to have competition with her and make her feel less than because they're scared she's too good for them. She's going to go off and cheat. She makes more money than them maybe with the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like Nine of Pentacles can absolutely be in a relationship with another person. She doesn't always have to be single, but I feel like it's hard for a Nine of Pentacles to be in a good relationship unless the other person sees all of her power as an asset, as opposed to as competition. I'm not good enough. I'm never going to measure up. You can do it all on your own without me. Yeah, that's true, and that should be true for this person as well. That we should all be our own knight in shining armor, so to speak. Right? So, there's something there. When it comes to relationships, you could have been somebody that dealt with, weird competition and stuff in your past relationships, where maybe you're the person that you were with was like strangely in competition with you even. And this could have been in your past. This could have been a karmic, who I'm speaking about here. Male, female, non-binary, whoever this person was to you. They could have been a karmic. So of course they're going to be competing with you. Of course they're going to be putting you down. Of course they're going to be putting you in third-party situations because they feel like you're better than them, and you are. And it's not about, oh, you're better than them. It's that you've done the work. It's kind of like somebody runs around the track. They train every single morning. Every morning. All right, getting ready. Got my watch on, ready to go. All right, going to the track, 6:15. Got my alarm, ready. Put it on. Okay, here we go. Started off at a 7-minute mile. Now I'm down to 6:30. 3 months later, 6:15. My cousins are very fast runners, and yeah, I'm pretty sure they were able to do like a 5-something mile. So anyways, it's like, it's not about, oh, you're so much better than me. It's not about that. It's about, have you trained to become this Knight of Pentacles, right? So it's not about, why do all these people keep putting me in competition? Why do they always put me in third parties? It's because you're better than them. Factually, on paper. I'm not saying like morally and all that. I'm saying it more like, you trained for this. You became this. You did the inner work. So you've got to find someone that's equally that way, right? You've got to find another 9 of Pentacles energy or around that level, you know. It's not about better or worse and I'm better than you and you're worse than me. It's about balance and it's about energy. This whole reading has been about energy. It's unspoken. We're always passing energy back and forth between each other, right? And so if you're coming in with all this dynamic big energy, especially with the King of Wands, right? And you have money and you're successful, you pay all your bills on time, you're responsible, you look good, you smell good, you know, you're good in the sack, all that, right? Charismatic, you're funny, people like you. It's like, of course, if all they have to offer you is, I kind of don't even know why you're with me, but here's something. It's like, if you're with somebody like that, it's not that this person's a bad person, and a lot of it can even be subconscious, why they do all this crazy crap in the back end, right, to make you jealous and make you notice them and whatever. It's not about that. It's about, we need to find people that are on equal playing field with us, that are at the track at 6:15, you know, so to speak, in life, that are taking those weekend courses, that are reading books because they're trying to become more spiritual. They just have a hobby of, you know, trying to better themselves. Like, people that are on your level. That's what I'm getting all off of this Knight of Cups, is that it's about being your own hero, number 1. 9 of Pentacles, independence. I'm also hearing Independence Day. But it's also about, if you want a new love interest, which this can very well be, Knight of Cups. Doesn't matter the gender, any gender. If you want a love interest, we've just got to keep in mind that depending on who we get with, depending on how, you know, traumatic the situation can be, it could knock you back down to 7 Pentacles again, or worse, it might knock you down to 5. Then when you're down, they might kick you in the nuts too, and then you're down to 4, and you're like, damn it, now I have to start all over again. Now, like we talked about before, we don't have to be afraid in life, because even if that does happen and we make a mistake because, you know, there's something in our heart from like our early childhood or something. Maybe we have father issues with the Emperor and the Queen of Cups, and we're like, why do I keep getting with these idiots again and again and again? Don't beat yourself up. You might have just had a blind spot, right? Or maybe you're this Emperor and this is your mother. With the Queen of Cups, maybe you have mother issues. Maybe it teaches you to kind of pull back from women or whoever you date, right? Maybe it causes you to pull back from women and try to show that you're this macho person or something, and then it causes towers in your relationship, and then the person you're with is actually kind of like scared of you, or they don't want to open up to you, or they feel this about you, that you don't open up and you're too stoic, and why don't you talk about your feelings and stuff. On any side of the equation, we all have blind spots, and that's this Nine of Pentacles, is us taking accountability for all of that. And even if we make mistakes, like I was saying, and get into another relationship again, and it's another tower moment again, and we screw up again, and we're back to the 4 again, we can build it back up to the 9 again, guys. We got there once, we can do it again, right? Nothing is ever too late. You can be in the old folks' home, 82 years old, and hold hands with Harold while you guys watch TV together. Oh, it's almost time for lunch. It's 11 a.m. It's like, it's never too late. It's never too late. And maybe that's my idealized version of the world with the Knight of Cups, but hey, that's how I choose to live, right? So, all right, card number 3 is the King of Pentacles. Now that's equally matched. Well, pretty much, especially if he's got a little King of Wands in there too, right? 2 kings. We do have the Emperor here though. Sometimes, let me say this too, King of Pentacles. Also, this is looking really good for money as well. If you're an earth sign like me and you're coming to this reading to know about your money situation, this is looking good for money, all right? Because I know, I get, when people do personals with me, I've gotten some people who want to do the finance readings. I get mostly like love and relationship stuff, but every so often, it's always an earth sign blowing through with some sort of finance reading. So anyways, all right, love you guys. So what I'm seeing here is sometimes love can help your partner up level, right? So say you're this 9 of Pentacles. Let's just make it simple. Say it's a man and a woman, okay? But let's just say it's a man and a woman, okay? This is you, this is them. This, like I said, the Emperor is all 4 kings. The Empress is all 4 queens. This is her on her way to the Empress. She's almost the Empress. So let's just say, for the sake of it, this is like 3 queens. All right? And this is 1 king coming in. And you have chemistry with this person. You're like, oh my God, are they going to put me in a third party again? Is it going to be like the last person? Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. But you're feeling this like connection with this person. You're like, all right, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to go into this. They show up nice and promptly to the date. They pay for your date. They make you feel good. And then maybe you have some fun with this person and you realize they have this Knight of Wands side to them as well, and you're like, oh my God, they're 2 kings. Okay, now we're talking here. And then Knight of Cups. Yeah, it's not a king, but the knight is 1 step before the king, and you're like, and they're also sensitive. They care about my feelings and stuff. Okay, I mean, this is kind of like, this feels like good. And then you realize as you get, let's just say 3 years into the relationship, just spitballing here, this love between the 2 of you and this support together and stuff levels this guy up into the Emperor anyway. And then you end up on an equal playing field, Empress, Emperor, down the line. But the reason why that's possible is because you're sort of on equal playing field here, right? This is not like, let me get something, hold on. Let me show you a bad example of a partnering. Okay. I was gonna go for the Page of Wands, but we'll go for the Page of Swords in the reverse. I was gonna do Page of Wands in the reverse, but let's do Page of Swords in the reverse. Because this can be very, like, manipulative, gaslighty, immature. What do you mean? I'm not talking to her. What are you talking about? It's like, yeah, but I thought you had Tinder on your phone. I thought you had Hinge on your phone. It's like, why do you still have an account? So imagine you're with this person. This is not a good match. And if you're hoping this person turns into an emperor, maybe we should, take a couple rounds around the block. You know what I mean? Like this person's not, if this person becomes an emperor, it's gonna take time. This person has a lot of learning to do. Speaking of Page of Swords, which is a card of the intellect and learning and being a student, right? But, again, if somebody comes in like this, they're responsible, they want a long-term relationship with you, you hold similar values to this person, right? And then you realize, oh, they have these other aspects to them, actually. Wow, like, this is a really great person. You can build with this person over time, and then over time, there can be hope for people, right? It's like, because we're the Nine of Pentacles. She's not the Empress yet. So for us to be like, I'm only going to date an Emperor, well, technically, we're below them in that case. So we don't want to get cocky either by doing all this spiritual work and thinking, well, I went through all this and I deserve this. And yes, we do. But Queen of Cups, we need to also be like wise about it and not become like explosive and have all these blind spots to like our triggers from our past relationships and stuff. And we have all these pentacles here, so this can also be talking about all these traumas from past jobs, traumas from poverty mindset with the Five of Pentacles. Oh, I lost all this money before, or I was briefly homeless, or I don't know what's going to happen if, where am I going to live if this happens or if that happens, or what about the economy and, all that stuff, right? It could be that too. But I feel like right here in this little part of the reading, we're talking about relationship stuff. Excuse me. This can absolutely work. And, because I don't like to give myself false hope, and I definitely don't like to give it to other people. But I do believe in love, and I do believe that love is a beautiful ground to become more than what we are. We can help leverage each other. We can help grow. Where's that Three of Wands from the start? This is a card of growth. This is a card of like looking for something more, something bigger, something better, even in our own selves, hoping for more for ourselves. When we start putting this into ourselves, that's when this guy shows up. Doesn't have to be a guy. But that's when he shows up, right? That's when the King of Pentacles shows up. And for some of you, this is financial. For some of you, this is like you continue to work on yourself. You continue to put all of this energy into yourself. And over time, you will become stable financially if it's finances. Now, if this is relationship, then over time, you will inevitably attract a good partner that is an even match for you. But you can't fake out the universe. You can't be like coming in like, well, I did all this work and I should be an Empress by now. And you can't fool the universe. It's this person. It's like you're two ships passing each other in the night. You're not even going to, because remember, we're talking about energy here. It's not about like somebody's better than the other. Like I see now I'm getting to the other side. Before I was saying nobody's better than the other person. It's also a mirror back at us. Where's my mirror? Haven't taken out the mirror for a while. It's also a mirror back to us. Right? Where it's like we could do all this self-work and then we expect that we're going to attract somebody equal to us and all that. But then we look in the mirror and we're like, oh shit, we still have a little bit more work to do. We have a couple blind spots, and that's okay. We should be patient with ourselves. We should be kind to ourselves. That's what the Nine of Pentacles would do. Then from that space, we will attract somebody of that same energy, which we all know. I know that, but sometimes it's hard to see through our like when we're in the heat of the moment, it's hard to see through the triggers. It's hard to work through what comes up in the body when we're on a date with somebody and we're like, oh my God, that's a red flag, it's a red flag, it's a red flag. You know, it's, we have still work to do on ourselves. And I'm not saying we have to be perfect to get into relationships or friendships or jobs and stuff like that. But I'm just saying the more we take care of ourselves, we reparent ourselves, we work on our money, we work on our spirituality, we work on equal energy exchange. We don't let people drain us of all we have. We don't keep getting into these bad relationships, and even if we do, we heal ourselves again and we get back out there again. It's like it's this up and down, and over time we stabilize, which is this King of Pentacles as well. Over time we will stabilize. It is possible to go from like, you know, a more anxious attachment style or a more like, it's possible to become a secure attachment style is what I'm trying to say. It's possible to heal. You're not stuck like in these cycles, these karmic cycles forever. Even if you've had that experience again and again and again, you're not stuck that way. We don't have to be afraid to live our lives because we're scared to get into another third party, or we're scared that our business is going to fail for the fourth time. We need to get back out there. We need to brush our shoulders off, and we need to believe in ourselves. That's very 9 of Pentacles. Believe in ourselves. That's what she would teach us. That's what she does teach us every day as we become more this way. And we will, over time, become stable and immovable. Even when the towers come, we will stand strong through these storms. And we'll become more powerful over time. And it's through these storms, it's through these towers, it's through these negative experiences that actually reinforces our ability to build it back up again. It's those things are the very things that when we bounce back from it and we get back to it again, even if we have to do all this all over again from the 4 to the 9, it reinforces in our brain, I did it again. And it makes you believe in yourself more. And nobody can teach that. That's not something you can learn in a book or from a podcast. We can be inspired. You know, we can learn things, we can study. But at the end of the day, this is a boots on the ground, 3D world, experience-based reality, where the more we fall and we stand up again, I'm getting that scripture. It's like fall down 7 times, get up 8. I think it's from the book of Proverbs. Basically, it's when I fall down, I get up again. That's what makes us the 9 of Pentacles, and that's what we're becoming. I believe that that's this reading. So I love you so much, guys. It's been Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here. Remember, you can always listen to this show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And if you want to book a personal, you can always do so. If you want to donate to support the channel, always very appreciated. Thank you to all who donate. And if you want to book a personal, you can just give me an email. I currently offer 15 minutes for $75 and 30 for $150 if you are interested in getting a personal from me. And I love you guys so much. And until next time, it's been Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here, and I will see you on the next one. Yeah, all right.